Hello, and welcome back. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about how to pack if you're going to be traveling to multiple different climates at the same time. So this can be one of the most difficult things. It's a lot easier if you can find a place that's 50 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, because then you can just pack a bunch of tank tops. But what if you're going somewhere where it is going to be rainy or cold or whatever the situation is, which in my case is the way that it is because I started traveling in Europe in December of this year, and it is currently March. And I've already been to places where the lows were essentially 9 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is about negative 12 Celsius. And so far I've been in places where the highs are maybe 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and it's just going to get hotter from here. And for me also, I'm going to be doing some hiking. And so that even throws another wrench into it, but I won't really get too much into that because that's not the point of this video. Right now, I just want to tell you, how do you pack in a carry-on with a small bag without having to pay a bunch of extra baggage fees and still have the clothing that you need? Now, I will give a quick caveat. I am not really too worried about having a different outfit for every day. So if you are someone who wants lots and lots of choices, this may be difficult and maybe you should just check a bag. But personally, I think that I don't really mind washing things a lot and wearing them over and over again. Now, again, I'm not also planning on going to any super fancy places, but you could modify this a little bit so that you could go to places that are a little bit more fancy. But most of the time, I'm going to be doing outdoor activities and being in places where I don't need to be super, super fancy. So I guess first I'm going to start with what do I wear on the plane, because this isn't something that I would actually pack. It's going to be what I wear on the plane pretty much every time so that I can wear my heaviest stuff while I'm on the plane. So let me start with that. Okay, so here's my outfit for the plane. I did bring a pair of jeans with me so that I would have something nice to wear in places like France, because if you notice, if you've traveled abroad to places like France, they don't really do athleisure like we do in the United States. So it's good to have a pair of a little bit nicer pants that you can wear. I would say a tip for this as well would be if you could get a pair that was black or a slightly, fancy, then it'll be a lot more versatile. So personally, I just chose the only pair of jeans that still fit me, which is sad, but that is the way it is. And so that's the pair that I brought with me to wear on the plane. So I would wear this on the plane. Additionally, I'll go into this a little bit more, but I always do layers. So this tank top right here, it has a built-in bra, so you don't even need to have an extra piece of underwear. And it's very handy because you can just wear the one layer and then you'll go build on that from there. So I would also wear this long sleeve shirt, which also doubles as an active shirt as well. It's black. It's nice enough to be worn to someplace if I'm going to go out for dinner or whatnot. But it's also thin enough that if I want to wear it for something athletic, it also doubles really well as an athletic piece of gear. So it zips up as well, so I don't have to worry about pulling it on and off. I prefer that when I'm traveling than having a pullover. So that's what I would wear as an extra layer on the plane. Also, if it's very cold, I have a sweater. I'm hoping I don't have to wear this too much, but this is a smart wool sweater. It dries really quickly. And again, it can be worn as an extra athletic layer if you need to, if you're doing like a hike when it's super, super cold out. So this would be my extra layer for whatever situation I was in. It also can be hand washed and dried, and it dries very fast. So layers are key, and I will be getting into that a little bit more, but layers are key, and fast drying layers are especially important. So both of these things that I just showed you, except for the jeans, are going to be easy to hand wash, easy to hang dry. They're going to dry fast enough where if you get somewhere one day and you need to leave the next, you'll have enough time to be able to dry them before you leave. So this sweater for me, if I was going to do it all over again, I would probably get black. I really like black. Black goes with everything. It can kind of be dressed up a little bit more. This sweater is a little bit casual for a fancy sweater, but it works and it keeps me warm, and it dries really fast. So, if I was going to replace this though, I would probably buy something black. Last but not least is my puffy. That goes everywhere with me. When I'm on the plane, I just toss it in my purse, and it can go a lot smaller than this, but it keeps me warm. Again, I like a dark color because it seems to be a little bit fancier even when you're not really fancy. This one has a hood as well, which I think is key because it can also be worn for outdoor stuff. I try not to do that too much because you're really not supposed to wash the puffy with detergent, and you also should dry it in a dryer when you're done. And when you're in Europe, you don't always have a dryer, and I just don't want to get it too stinky. So I try not to wear it for activity stuff, like where I'm going to be sweating really hard, but it is there in case I need it. So now let's talk about layers. So layers are key. Really, if you're going to be traveling, you really just need to go with the layering system. And this will help you a lot because you don't need to have any one heavy hoodie or one heavy jacket. Everything should just be a lighter weight thing. So you can always put 3 or 4 or 5 of them on if it's a colder. So that's basically the end of the story. But I will go into it a little bit more detail. But long story short, layers are key. So I'm going to put a thing on over my face, I think, where I show you kind of what I have. So the first thing I have is a bunch of tank tops. And so that's what I do. I basically carry more tank tops and shirts and less long sleeves. So the first thing I have is a bunch of tank tops. As you can see, I'm wearing one, and then I also have 4 more tank tops. And again, black is key. They're super lightweight. This one is smart wool. So again, dries very fast, doesn't stink. And this. So I have 5 tank tops altogether. And basically I can put those under anything to give me that little bit extra layer. And essentially I could wear all 5 of them at the same time if I was really cold. Because really what it is it's your core that you need to keep warm. And then of course your hands and your head, right? And your feet. So as long as you have those things covered, I think pretty much, literally covered, I think pretty much you'll be warmer. So 4 tank tops, and actually 5, sorry, is a good start. I also have 2 short sleeve shirts. These are both, well, this one is icebreakers, which is also merino wool. This is just a running shirt. And again, just to have 2 short sleeve shirts for layers in case I want something a little bit different than a tank top, especially when you're in places that you're going into a church or a mosque, but it's still warm weather. You might want to just wear something with something covering your shoulders so that you don't have to worry about carrying around a, scarf or whatever else. So 2 shirts. So altogether there, I have 7 different shirts. So essentially I could have a clean shirt for every day of the week. And then as long as I can do laundry once a week, I really don't have to re-wear shirts and have them be stinky or dirty or whatever. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't like wearing something 2 days in a row or 2 days without washing it, this would give you at least 7 different, outfits for each different day of the week. However, I think like with the smart wool especially, you could wear those 2-3 times, maybe even more, depending on what you're doing, if it's hot out or if you're doing activities or whatever. So really you don't need to necessarily do laundry every single day, but this does give you that undershirt layer that you could sweat in, and then you're not getting your long sleeve or longer sleeve shirt dirty. So next, let me talk about the outer layers. And the next one I have is this windbreaker, which I've shown before in my 10 essential videos, which I can put up here. So 10 essential packing things. This is such a lightweight layer. As you can see, it packs up super tiny. And really, it just gives you that one extra layer of help if it's a little colder. Now, I'll wear this usually under my puffy because it actually holds the heat in a little bit that way. Or if I've already got my puffy on, I'll put it over the puffy. Either way, it definitely can help increase your temperature by 10 degrees. The next layers are the winter layers, if you want to call it that. So this is a rain jacket. It is fairly lightweight. It is Outdoor Research, and I think it's called the Aspire. I can put a link below to it. It's a little bit more expensive and a little bit more heavy than I would probably bring with me normally, like if I was doing ultralight backpacking or whatever. But those ultralight rain jackets are ultralight, but they don't really hold up to a heavy rainstorm. So if you're going to have hours of rain, it's really worth carrying a little extra weight and paying a little extra money to have a jacket that's a little heavier duty. So Outdoor Research. And then pants, same thing. These are also Outdoor Research, and same situation. I've found lighter weight ones that pack down even tinier, and you can pack into a little thing kind of like this windbreaker. But once they get wet and then you're cold, it's just not very comfortable. And so I've found it's worth it to me to just carry the extra layer. And if you've seen the video I made about going skiing, and if not, I can put it up here or up here. I just wore my rain clothes over my layers that I've already showed you. and I use those to go skiing with no issues. So it's very versatile to have all these thin layers. In addition, I always carry just a light pair of gloves. Like I said in my skiing video, they're not waterproof, but they're just an extra layer. And I carry a pair of wool socks, so these are nice and warm. I've worn them actually a lot, surprisingly more than I thought I was going to, but they've come in very handy. Again, you can hand wash and dry them, and they dry very fast, and they don't stink. I carry a beanie with me, just a basic beanie. And also, like I've mentioned before in my essential video, this is a pashmina, which has doubled as a scarf many a time and sometimes as a lap blanket, and can also be used in mosques or churches or anywhere where you need to cover your shoulders. So it's been very handy. And one last thing, I do carry an umbrella. This is not something, if you would have asked me 10 years ago if I would ever carry an umbrella, I would say no way, no way. I mean, only idiots carry umbrellas, right? But no. Maybe I'm an idiot, but no, I have used this umbrella so many times. And I mean, I'm not going to really walk around France when it's 50 degrees or 60 degrees in a rain jacket. But if I just stick this in my backpack or my purse or whatever, it's been so handy to pull out and not have to worry about getting wet. So this umbrella was given to me free. If you had a chance, maybe a smaller, more compact one would be a good idea. But this one has worked fine for me. It's not the lightest, but it's perfectly fine. Okay, so let's talk about pants. So again, with the layers, basically I have running shorts, and then I have capri pants, which can be used as running pants if it's a little cooler, or can be used under, and I have worn them under my jeans when it's a little colder out, and so they can be an extra layer. This is a pair of just joggers, black joggers, and same thing. I've actually worn them under my jeans when it was even colder. So when we first came to Germany, it was snowing and very cold and windy, and I was traveling with some friends and they didn't bring enough clothing. So we literally were wearing like all of our pants. So this is all you need. 3 pairs of pants, you're good to go. This is my one pair of like fancy shorts, which it hasn't really been warm enough to wear, unfortunately, but I'm looking forward to the day that I can put these on. And then I'm wearing right now a pair of like pajama shorts. So they're not really shorts that I go out in public with normally, but you know, they could be in a pinch. So let's talk about accessories now. I have one sports bra aside from this shirt, which can be worn, you know, on its own. This is a buff, which again can be used for an extra layer. It can go on your neck, it can go on your head, it can go as a headband if you're running or whatever, if you're sweating. Sometimes if it's a hot day and I'm hiking, I actually put it around my wrist and then I can wipe my face on it. So a very versatile item. I have these 3 pairs of socks plus the 1 pair I'm wearing plus the 1 wool pair. So altogether 5 pairs of socks. And the ones I'm wearing are smart wool, and actually so they're darn tough, which is merino, and they dry super fast. They don't stink. They're great. These ones are cotton. I will just throw them away once it gets a little warmer. And these ones are compression socks, which are great for running, but they do start to stink after a while. Here is my bundle of underwear, and this is my bathing suit, and 1 extra bra for nice times. So I guess if I ever go to anything nice, I will have a proper set of undergarments. And then last but not least is a sun hat. So basically that's it. You're looking at everything that I bring. I also have a pair of flip-flops and a pair of running shoes, which are dark colored, which I wear as my fancy shoes. So really, I'm not set up to go to anything fancy. So if you're gonna go to something fancy, I would suggest bringing one dress that is, I mean, personally, I would bring a black one, wrinkle-free would be great. Merino wool, like Unbound, makes a lot of nice little dresses for women. They're a little expensive, but they wrinkle-free, don't stink, it can be rolled up into your bag. And then maybe 1 pair of shoes like Rothy's or something that are very lightweight would be nice. But for me, I just don't use them enough to justify carrying them around for a really long time. So maybe if I need to, I can get a cheap pair. But I think the what if is very slim. So I'm not going to worry about carrying it around. just in case I need it. So you have to do you, and obviously, bring what you need, but that's what I have for packing. So all of this stuff will take me through winter, spring, summer, and fall, and hiking. So pretty much versatile. So I thought I would actually also take you through how I pack everything up. So I'm going to quickly turn this around and show you, because I also am hiking. So I have some hiking things. I didn't go over those in the clothing update, but I do have more things to put in the backpack than just the clothes that I went over. And also I am carrying a hiking backpack because I plan on doing some hiking. So it's a bit of a Tetris to get everything in, but I'll go over that right now and show you kind of how I do that. So here's everything that I'm going to put in my bag. So here's kind of everything we just went over. And I'm left the socks out because those are going to be stuffed into the little holes. And then this row up here is all of my hiking stuff. So that'll need to go in there as well. So that's kind of what we have. And then that's what I'm going to wear on the plane. So here's the backpack. Like I said, it's a hiking backpack. So it's loading from the top, which isn't the best. So if you are not going to hike, I would definitely suggest a clamshell. But what I'm going to do is I'll put the most lumpy things in first. So this is the clothing. And now, because that's not the exact same shape as the backpack, there's a little bit of a gap. That's kind of an odd gap. So I'm going to try to find a small thing to kind of cram in there next to it. This guy. And now that that's in, I'll take the little tiny things like this and I'll stuff them in the sides. So there's actually not that many holes yet. So I'm going to put in, this is the rain gear. And once again, I will take the littler stuff and fill in the gaps with that. So big stuff first, and then littler stuff kind of on the sides, right? So let's go next. We have, this is the underwear. And we'll put some of the camping stuff in next to that. Now, one of the things that's important is if you're going to need it, obviously, in the airport or right away, I try to keep it on the top. So I might want to keep my rain jacket more towards the top or something like that. For me, I'm going to keep this windbreaker actually more towards the top. I'm going to keep the pashmina because I might even bring those on the plane with me just in case it gets a little chilly. So I'll keep those ones near the top. But stuff like this is hiking stuff. Doesn't really need to be near the top. So we'll just keep putting these little bit weirdly shaped things in. And now we've kind of got everything. So now we'll stick the socks in as little gap fillers. All right, so I'm going to show you now what it looks like. So there we have it. So you can see it's not really full yet, and I'm hoping I don't go any higher than that, basically. So I still have a good 6 inches of space, which I can put more stuff in. So that's kind of how we pack it up. And let me close it up and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so here we go. There it is. Pretty much the whole thing packed up. And I'll have my jeans on, so this outfit part of this outfit that I'm wearing will have to go in the bag. But otherwise, it fits pretty well. And so now I've given you everything that I bring when I'm on a trip. So please leave a note in the comments. Let me know, how do you pack? How many things do you bring? What's your laundry facility situation? Like, how do you feel about wearing things more than once? And what are your tips for packing for multiple seasons? Once again, thank you very much for watching and happy travels.